enjoyed. Do you want to work with the kids? That later. There's a big shed. I just house big dog house. It's rotten. Have to move it about 8 inches. There's a person back up on our property line. And I'm like, we can try it. Oh, shit, I don't know if it's worth moving. Right, in the morning, I don't have to worry about new one. That'll work one.
I saw you soon. Hey, look, my camera's not working. Is the mic working?
Hmm.
No, I'm checking on OBS. Okay, the mic's working. I just don't know why I don't have a camera. Why are you being silly? See if that go in.
Yay.
Hey, there we go. We're all working now. What's up,
Yay,
everybody?
we're
Happy
here.
Mother's Day. Happy Sunday. Welcome in. Welcome in. We are going to be starting here in just a minute. Get all this shit figured out. There we go.
Hi,
Again, happy
Steve.
Mother's Day. Welcome in new people. I don't have the chat list, so I can't say everyone's names, but just welcome in. Jay Bay will
Lord
take care of that.
Zader. Yep. We just call him Lord or Zader. Zader, preferably,
Later.
probably.
Zader's
I
been in
think he
several
likes
times.
Zader better.
Spotty Shark.
Spotty. Mr. Spotty.
All right, well, welcome in.
Mr. Spotty Hands.
As always, brief announcements before we start. Every stream for 2024 is a stream for Extra Life. It is a great charity that helps out children's hospitals. The link will pop up in chat. Click that link. I'll take you to the donation page. Go ahead and donate whatever you can. It is always helpful. We greatly appreciate it. We will be on and off streams this week and next week, but they will all be 7 Days to Die. And maybe we will get all these fine D&D players together for 7 Days to Die now that we've got Az playing it.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
I'll be the person hiding behind the other people trying not to die.
Well, we'll take you through a horde night offline, off a stream first so you can figure out how you're going to hide in a corner, but
Right.
because you're doing pretty good. You've got the sled you do down and you're getting better with the bow, but you just started, so you're
I
better
was
than
down to
Panda.
4 HP for about a minute there, so I think it was just luck that, or maybe Dieter tanked for me. I don't know.
Panda killed herself on spikes.
Yeah, the first time
Yeah.
Panda played with us, she walked into spikes and killed herself.
Ouch.
Oh.
Which coined coined the term whenever we're playing, spikes aren't friends. You do not give them hugs.
No.
All right, so let's recap. You guys entered a cave after being told by your tabaxi friend that that's where the undead assholes were hanging out. You entered this cave, did some exploring, made a choice on what you were going to do about a box of wonders sitting on a table in front of you. You chose instead to investigate a pile of corpses, which turned out to be a zombie clot. It ended up destroying that box, which happened to be about 40 health potions.
Filthy
So,
trap.
hey, it's not always as simple as it seems. It's sometimes the box is a box, though. So, you guys ended the session by going into this stone room. And for those who have watched the old videos and stuff, I didn't rebuild the model, so don't worry about. There's one door that actually doesn't exist. This is not a real door. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Let's just say that's all. Taking this model apart and rearranging it is kind of a pain. So,
Mm.
and we're running behind today. So normally I get up at like 6 a.m. and set all this shit up. Anyways, you guys are in a room. You guys locked the doors. There were a couple moldy beds. Decided to camp down for the night. So everybody does have full HP. All spell slots are restored. We will consider that a full rest. All your key points are restored for our monk.
Yay.
And that is where we will begin. So you guys wake up. The room is very damp and kind of musty smell. Like think of a wet basement.
Yummy.
And as you look around, the room only had some beds. There's no boxes or anything. But you do notice that there are a few old hanging from the ceiling, kind of like hooks, but they're really small hooks. Like you wouldn't put a body on them. And you can see a couple of them do have like dried onions and a few dried carrots. So it's kind of like an herb root cellar type room, you kind of figure.
Okay.
It definitely has like that very wet basement musky smell. The floor is just like a mix of like uneven stone and some loose dirt. Doesn't look like anything's really been in this room for probably about 20 years. I mean, it's just very, very decayed. So
Ask
Mhm.
what?
Ophelia, you're the tallest.
Yeah.
Can you
Oh.
grab those onions and carrots for me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So yeah, you go to pull them down and they are like
Mhm.
petrified rocks. That's how long they've been there. They
Look,
like they even have like a
there you
thick.
go.
They have some thick old dry moldish stuff on them. But they are just like it's like you hand her a rock that's covered in like old mold that kind of crumbles in your hand a little bit as you're handing it off. So
Mhm.
Yeah, it turns out garlic doesn't age well.
no. Most vegetables in this situation eventually do start to, after 20 years they go. Yeah,
20 years is a long time.
yeah, it is.
Thank you, Ophelia, and I throw them in a corner.
So yeah, there you
They
go.
make good chew toys.
A simple
I like 'em.
investigation check would have solved all that, but all right, so you know that
Fun.
there's one door that leads you back to the room where you guys fought the zombie clot, and then there's the other door that leads out that you guys hadn't opened or even touched. You just saw it was already shut and locked, so you just left it. And what would you guys like to do?
That's a good question. Hadn't even thought about it.
That's a great question.
Well, we gotta go forward, guys.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to that.
I check the door.
Check the door. You're going to investigate the door. All right, so roll investigation check. If the dot's on the bottom, it's a 6.
9.
9. It's a door, a solid wooden door with iron bars across it. The wood is a little rotted. Has a looks like a general, like almost like a skeleton key lock. As you kind of jiggle it, it doesn't seem to move.
So it's probably locked.
Quick kitty break.
Kitties!
Kitties.
They were
Kitties.
they were getting ready to fight.
Oh, we could take bets. No.
Well, it's two Siameses fighting over a windowsill to look at birds.
Oh, I love Siamese.
Be some kung fu action.
Yeah, I say this could go either way because one's a scrappy little bitch and one's another scrappy little bitch. So
That's awesome.
All
One of
right,
my
so I take a
favorites.
sip of my flask of fire water. Good morning, everyone. The door. It may be locked. So
all right, roll a Constitution save.
21.
21. Yes, you take a good swig of your flask. It burns going down, but you know it's just enough to perk you up. You don't really like feel drunk or anything. You aren't feeling any effects other than like a good Irish wake up.
Nice.
Tercel will do the same thing. He'll take a little bit of, assuming we don't have coffee, so the next best thing in the situation.
All right, roll a Constitution check.
No coffee.
Oh God damn it!
Oh no.
You get an advantage for being an alcoholic or something?
No.
No. Absolutely
Well,
not.
that's a nat one, is what that is.
No.
Oh, yeah. So you go to take a swig, and you know that sometimes in the morning when you take that first drink of whatever liquid, and it kind of goes down the wrong pipe, you kind of end
Oh,
up spitting it all over the door.
rude.
Ophelia and Sarah and Doggo, roll a reflex save.
Like I thought I was gonna drink the ale, and turned out I grabbed like the stiff fire water. It was like, "Ah!"
Would that be
Oh.
athletics?
Dexterity.
Oh, dexterity. Okay.
13.
I got a 10.
30, 20.
Okay. So both Doggo and Ophelia get splashed with this liquid. It's on a little on their face, on your clothes, Ophelia. Doggo gets some matted on his fur.
What the
So,
hell?
Like, oh,
I thought we were
Negan.
friends.
Tercel,
You're
super
gonna
embarrassed, will
smell
grab like the
wonderful.
dirty rag that's hanging off his belt and try to like get it off of you.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Sorry,
So
I
good.
thought it was drinking ale, and it was much harder than I. Normally, I don't waste alcohol, but I'm not a
Just
morning
don't
person,
just
so
don't lick it off me. We're good.
okay. Yeah, but I
I
mean,
don't
do you
know if
want
I
the
want to
rag? You
tell.
can have the rag.
It's too early for that.
Yes,
Okay.
I don't know if you want to tell the DM that you're an alcoholic because you have to like start doing like
I already know he's an alcoholic
I
character.
say I've
I've known
drank in
that
every
since day
situation he's
one.
presented to me. So
Yeah.
like
gonna start making you checks.
competitions,
Make sure you
like
don't have the shakes every morning.
No. I'm saying he's a highly functional alcoholic.
Right.
Yeah,
So
thank God.
War is hell. It requires
you
a
know,
certain amount of sacrifice, like
no, war isn't
kidneys
hell.
and
Hell is
livers.
hell.
Hell is hell.
True. Hopefully, we're not going to hell. But yeah, Tercel's happy to not be in this situation anymore, so he's just gonna go and as the door's locked.
I couldn't get it
It
to open.
appears to be locked. She
Try
really
it.
couldn't get it open. She just kind of pushed and wiggled on it a little, and it didn't move. There is
That's why I
what looks
couldn't
like
get
an old, like think like an old skeleton key style lock underneath the handle.
Okay.
Uh, so yeah,
it to
Tercel will kind of eyeballed thing, and he'll give it like a shoulder push, and maybe it's just been stuck for sitting for 20 years.
All right, roll a
But
strength check on that.
I'm not gonna get super physical with it yet.
You sure it's a push and not a pull?
Right. Strength 16 plus 1, 17.
Yeah. So yeah, you shoulder check it a couple times, and yeah, it's definitely just kind of warped and stuck. You can tell that it's not locked, but it's going to require a little more than just you.
He just spit on me. I don't want to help him.
Just
helping
get over
me.
here,
You're
put your
helping
shoulder into
you.
it, and we'll on the count of 3 we'll both hit
Okay.
it
All right,
with our shoulders.
both of you roll strength.
So that's a 12 for the second one.
I got 11.
All right. So yeah, you guys don't really seem to get it to budge much more. At this point, Ariel though will walk over.
Yeah.
Do it.
Now Ariel walks over and she just takes her warhammer and slams it
Oh.
through the door, shattering it.
Tursel's
think
gonna look at the
she's-
door and look at Ariel like, I could have done that. Now we can't come back through that door. Jeez.
Maybe don't piss
Now
off.
everybody in the place
Don't
knows.
piss her off.
We've got rapport. I can give Ariel some
yeah?
shit. I think.
All right. So as she steps back and the door just kind of crumbles down, splinters are flying out. You guys notice that ahead of you is a small landing about 5 feet, and then there's stairs that go up about 15 feet. And you notice that these stairs are wooden stairs and they're not in the greatest condition. Like I said, it's been about 20 years since anything's come around this way. The wood looks to be a little warped, and it still smells really musky this low down.
Oh, goody. Well,
Let me, the lightest one, go up first.
okay. Good luck.
After you.
All right. What would I say this would be? Roll roll a 20 and let me know what you get. Okay, yeah, you make it up the stairs. They creak. A couple of them do kind of bend a little bit, even under your lightweight,
Oh,
but
geez.
nothing serious. They're just some really old rickety ass stairs. You kind of point them out to the others that one feels weak. Be careful.
Miss that one. If you can.
Alright.
All right, so yeah, you all tromp up the stairs very carefully, following Sarah's steps,
I'm looking.
and you guys get up to the top of the landing. There is a long hallway at the top of the landing. Now, the wood here is very dust covered, but you could tell that it used to be a fine hardwood floor. The walls have like that half wood structure where it's like a nice fine wood halfway up and then like paint going up. There are windows all along the left side, all the way down until you guys see there's a corner that veers off to the right. You guys can't tell what's down there. There is enough filter light coming through the old, uh, like dark blue tapestry style curtains that are there. And one of the curtains seems to be blowing a little bit. And you can tell that either the window has been broken or it is open, but you can't actually see because the curtain is blocking it. But there is a little movement there. No, this hallway right here that curves, these are all windows along this side here. So, well, no, I'm putting everybody up. I'm just bringing everybody up here so that they're closer. So yeah, so that's a hallway that runs up and like I said, it curves around. Off to immediately off from the stairs to the left, there is a doorway to a room. You assume it's just a door. All right. It opens up with a little long, slow creaky noise. As it opens, like a poof of dust goes, and you see like dust bunnies floating around. It looks to be an old storeroom. There are shelves with like canned food or jarred food preserved. There are some crates of some stuff in there. There is hanging from the far wall, which would be over here by these crates. So let's move the crates like this, actually. There's a single old torch scone sitting there with a torch in it, but it's not lit. The room's getting enough light from the windows behind you, but not fully lit. So I'd say it's a very dim lit room. And it just smells very stuffy, as though, again, it's been about 20 years since anyone's opened that door.
Tursel's gonna be kind of look around and see if he can recognize like who made this place. This isn't goblins. This isn't. What did we run into? Not kobolds. The hyena guys.
The Knolls?
Yeah,
No,
like
Knolls don't
this
build
sounded
anything.
right. So Tursel's very curious about whose place this was, and he's gonna kind of look
Roll
around
an
for clues.
insight. No, roll a history check. Hold on.
History is 16.
All right. From your knowledge of cities and being around, you can tell that this is a normal humanoid style house. It was probably either built by a human or one of the other more intelligent races, by the fact that it's very well architecturally, it's all straight. It has nice angles. The wood has been planed and sanded, though it's worn from time. So,
Okay.
all right.
If there's any of these jars that look still edible, I'm gonna bag them.
All right. I'm also going to have you roll a knowledge check. So, wisdom.
Nat 20
Okay.
plus
Oh, damn.
Damn.
6.
Okay. So, yeah. All right. So, yeah, you search the room looking at all the food jars, and you know that the canning process for jarring food and stuff preserves them for many, many years. So, almost every one of these jars looks edible. You know, you won't be able to tell till you crack one open and smell it yourself, but every one of them looks like you could pocket it and maybe have food later on.
Are they like marked what they are?
No, there's no markings on them, but you can kind of tell, like, you pick up one and you can tell that's like radishes or beets inside of it. There's some carrots in another. There's some eggs in one that have been preserved.
Mm.
Okay. Well, then write down one jar of pickled eggs, one jar of pickled beets, one jar of pickles, one jar of pickled carrots.
Pickles. I like
Pickled pickles.
Put down 4 jars of actual pickles. That way you can give some to Ophelia because she likes pickles.
pickles. Give me those pickles.
So eggs, beets, pickles,
Radishes.
Radish.
That's basically it.
Ooh, pickled radishes. For me.
Tursel's gonna eyeball the pickled eggs and be like, I went to a bar one time that had really good pickled eggs.
you want me to get you a jar of these as well? You can grab a jar.
Do you want to
Make
grab
him
a
pick
jar
up
of
his
them?
own shit. He spit on me.
Yeah, I'll go take a jar of pickled eggs.
All right. So go ahead and write it in your inventory that you have a jar of pickled eggs.
Mm.
Hand off 2 jars of the pickles to D.
All right. So Ophelia,
Woohoo!
you have 2 jars of pickles.
I have 2 jars of pickle.
Anything else in the room?
There, like I said, there are a few old crates sitting in there, and then there's that torch on the wall. That's about it. It looks to be kind of like a food pantry.
All right, what's in the crates?
Roll to investigate.
Wait 1 second. I'm gonna put a fan on real quick.
So yeah, you kind of wiggle the box. The lid just kind of falls off because, like I said, it's been like 20 years, so the wood's kind of rotted. Inside are what appear to be rocks, about I'd say 8 inches or so. They're, no, they upon further inspection, they used to be like like a sweet roll, not a sweet roll, but like a bread roll thing. All right.
That's all that's in there.
Yep, that's all that's in there.
Maybe they abruptly had to leave because I can't imagine somebody storing bread and
I'm gonna try
yeah.
and peek out the window.
All right. Roll an investigation check.
I'll curtain back just a little to make a peek. 14.
All right. So yeah, as you kind of move these heavy blue tapestry curtains aside, like a few moths kind of fly off and some dust goes up. You sneeze. You get the first look at the window, and it's very dusty. So you kind of wipe it, uh, just kind of smearing dust with your hand. But
The curtain.
that really doesn't help either. I mean, it's been so long at this window. So you spit on it and get it a little bit, and you finally get probably a good inch or so. So you kind of like poke your eye through and see out before you is a street, and there are about 10 houses on one side and about 20 houses or so on the other side. There's this like eerie gray fog just kind of drifting over the street. And it, even though it's about by the sun that you kind of see, it's got to be getting close to mid-morning, almost noon. There's still like a thick fog just drifting. You don't see anyone moving. You don't see any signs of movement at all out past the window.
Oh no.
I get the ghost sound.
Don't use the word ghost.
Why would you use that word out loud?
I didn't say it sounds like we're playing.
Stop talking. Why are you
No!
talking?
Stop.
You're giving him ideas.
Me.
Jeez.
Giving me ideas? Oh, children. The DM has ideas.
No.
The DM sits here and lays up at night thinking how to do this to you.
Right.
Guys, this place looks spooky as shite. Find our way out.
Did you say it was foggy?
Yes.
Oh God.
Fish froggy. It's like a ghost town.
I know where Dee's mind's going.
You ever watched that movie?
What's a movie?
Yeah, it's a movie.
You ever hear that folk tale? About an explosion.
Mhm.
All right, so further down the hall, there's another doorway off to the right before you guys get to the corner where it turns off.
Cool.
Is the door open?
Nope.
Can I open it?
You can certainly try.
Tendency?
It doesn't open.
Was it locked?
It appears to be locked. Yeah.
Anybody got lockpicks?
Not me.
I'm not that kind
I
of
mean,
monk.
And Tercel kind of nods over to Ariel, like she can open
Hey,
doors though.
Ariel,
Apparently.
you wanna get this door for us,
Ariel,
please?
you want to open this door?
Ariel kind of lets out a small sigh, walks up, swings her warhammer. You guys see a
Right.
glowing strike as it hits the door, and it just shatters inwards.
Tercel's gonna kind of chuckle to himself and then peek around the corner just to see what's coming around.
In the room or around the actual corner?
Around the
Around the
actual corner.
Okay, so yeah, as you kind of pop your head around the corner, you see that the hallway continues down to a dead end. There is another door that's going to be off to your right. And again, there's all these like old tapestry style curtains lining the left side where there are more windows. None of the curtains are moving, so it doesn't seem like there's any airflow through that spot. Um, you do notice that when you are on this side, it seems like more light is coming through the windows, like the sun is coming from that side of the building.
Okay.
Did we check to find out if there was a broken window or if it was opened?
No one bothered to look.
No, we didn't.
I think we should do that if somebody wants to, or I'll go back and look.
All right, roll an investigation check.
That is 19 plus 3, 22.
All right, and then add a nature check to that.
Okay. Yep, nothing added to nature. But I rolled high, 16.
All right. So yeah, you pull back the curtain, and again, this window is just covered in dirt. But you notice that, yeah, there is a hole in this window. And with your cleric abilities and nature and knowledge and all that, you can tell that there are blood stains around like the lower parts of the jagged window. Something hurt itself when this window was broken.
This sized hole, like.
It looks about to be the size, I'd say about big enough for your head, but I wouldn't say it's a head size hole.
So, okay.
Say about 10
like
inches or so in diameter.
About the size of a hellhound. So...
No, not big enough for a hellhound. No.
Okay.
Woo! Or a zombie clot.
Definitely not the size of a zombie clot.
And Tercel will kind of point that, be like, keep your eyes and ears open, folks. We have some scavengers.
All right, and with your roll, actually, as you step back and kind of turn to tell everybody that, you do notice that the glass is broken inwards.
Okay.
There any others? Heard it?
Nothing that he's seen.
I'll let Sarah there first, but
All right, so you enter this room. Again, there is a torch on the far side wall. It's hasn't been lit forever, but with the windows behind you, you are getting enough light to kind of see.
I'll go ahead and use my
All right. The room has some like casks of some form of liquid racked up on one side. There is a table with like cutting utensils and what used to be carrots and potatoes, but they're now just kind of a grayish rock substance. Um, on the other side is a long uh counter type sub like space. Uh, and on it are various plates with food in different sense of decay. You do see what looked like maybe a chicken wing at one time, like a rather large one, but it's just rotted. You do see like the bone is still there, but like the meat has just turned into like this grayness that slopped down and then hardened into a rock around it.
Hmm.
Luckily, you don't see any maggots. It's definitely been long enough that anything that would have tried to have grown in that has probably either moved on or died.
Thanks for all. There's some guests in here.
he'll kind of poke his head in, but he's a little distracted. He's thinking about this hole and the fact that, and he'll say this out loud, like, 'cause it's kind of strange that somebody would just leave food in a locked room and nothing to show for it. Like what did they leave all this stuff for?
Why did they leave so quickly?
And he's gonna use his
Or,
poor. He's
something
so
might have been.
distracted with the thought that he
Just
doesn't
like
even care
somebody
about
might
the
have been
alcohol at the
preparing
moment.
for and everybody died.
But why lock the chicken away? Like, why have you forsaken the chicken?
Someone broke the tree.
But
No.
I will go and I will check the casks, see what we got in them.
All right. So as you walk over to them, there's about 5 casks in this room. 3 on the bottom, 2 on the top. The 2 on the top both have wooden spigots pushed into them. So you kind of turn it slowly and pour a little in your hand and sniff. Uh, First one is water. It has that stale, stagnant water smell to it, but it's pretty clear water. It kind of washes your hands a little bit. You go do the same to the other one, and it is a
Yeah.
strong whiskey smell that kind of pours out. Um,
Oh, I found some whiskey.
I'll wash my face.
Tursel's gonna
Not
be
in the
kind of like,
whiskey.
at the time he's kind of looking at the window and maybe thinking about looking for tracks, and then he hears the word whiskey and he's like, "Oh, what's that?" And
Okay.
he will
I
now
found
take
some
interest
whiskey.
in the room.
all
Like,
right.
is it good? And he'll
Well,
It's
stick it a
you,
little
aged
bit in his
at
hand
least
and
20 years.
give it a
Very
sniff,
aged.
like a wine connoisseur, like swirl it in his hand and see if it's got legs or whatever they say about wine.
all right. So you do all of that fun shite, and then you try to
Nerds.
you take a sip of it. Go ahead and roll a Constitution save.
One sip.
Yeah.
This is not good.
That's some
You gotta roll
aged
well.
whiskey.
All right, that's better. A con plus 2, so 13.
13. All right. So yeah, you as soon as it touches your lips, your mouth goes numb, and you
Ooh.
feel that numbness go down your tongue and into your throat, and you start to feel like you're gonna pass out, but you kind of shake it off.
Oh, damn.
Strong
This
whiskey.
this is some serious. I guess this is some serious whiskey, guys. I don't know how you talk
Oh,
without a tongue, but
oh, really? Are we sure it's whiskey? Jesus Christ.
I don't think I've got any empty containers. My water skin, but I want to keep water in that.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think I would have finished my flask of whiskey this morning, so I probably don't have one either.
My
I kind
flask
of
of
like
fire
having my
water's just
tongue
had a couple sips
available.
out of it.
Oh,
He's gonna kind of clean up his hand a little bit and kind of like, all right.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
gonna rinse
but
off earlier
there's kind of
spit.
like to look for. I know most of the stuff hasn't been displaced in 20 years, but there's a kind of a fresh as whole. Like, is there any footprints or anything? Any of the path for whatever
roll a
fell
perception
through the
check.
window? Perception. Ugh. It's a 10.
So yeah, as you're looking around, you've noticed that any marks that would have been around that window have been brushed away continuously by the moving of the curtain.
Ah, dirty curtains.
Mm,
Um,
Right.
okay. Thursel's still on edge, and then that funky whiskey doesn't help out because he was looking for a little respite, but instead he's got to deal with talking like a even
I'll say
drunker
it
than normal
passes rather
person.
quickly.
It's like the hardest grain alcohol of all time.
Is there any containers in here that I could use?
No, you don't see any in there that you could use.
mhm.
Well, let's continue. Unless you want to see anything.
All right, so you guys leave the room and you turn the corner. Like I said, the hallway goes down, and on the left side are more curtains. None of them are moving. They're all that old bluish color. There is another door farther down at the very end of the hall on your right. Uh, this hallway again, it's got that what probably once was beautiful fine wood hard floors and that wood like halfway trim that goes up halfway up the wall. The same. It's now kind of a I guess like eggshell white, which used to probably be a really pretty white at one point, but over the years of sitting there, the paint's just kind of started to fade and discolor. There are a lot of cobwebs you guys are noticing, but they have been a
Yeah.
long abandoned. Like they're just you can tell they're like covered in dust and like they're no longer like the fine prick cobweb. It's just like a mass of dust and cobweb.
Are we seeing any
Okay.
more of those footprints?
You didn't see any footprints.
Okay, so I'm not seeing any more.
No, because like I said, any prints that would have been around that window had been blown away by the curtains moving over.
Mhm,
So there were no prints, nothing he could detect.
mhm.
I'm looking in this new hallway.
Yes.
Are there any footprints?
No.
Just a lot of dust accumulation and cobwebs.
Yep.
If anybody had come through here, maybe it would have been. Hopefully, it would have been a long time ago.
So yeah, there's a door right in front of you all now.
Knock on it.
No.
Nothing.
Please. Open the door.
Don't knock.
It opens right open. Squeaks a little. In this room, you notice that it is lined with more of those counter type tops, and on it are various plates, dishes, all with various foods and various bouquets. You notice that these are kind of like the ones where there's a tabletop, and then the legs go down, and there's a shelf underneath it for storing things. Underneath them, you notice that there are a bunch of like empty glasses. There's some jars. Um, there looks to be a box of wooden silverware, like not the best shape, even when it was newish. It's still kind of crappy.
I grab one of the jars. It closes. Yeah.
Yeah, there are some with lids on them.
I go back and get some whiskey.
All right. So roll an investigation check as you're doing that.
15.
15. All right. So yeah, as you're pouring this whiskey into this jar, you notice that whiskey usually has like a brownish amber color to it. This has a weird kind of bluish color that floats on top of that brown. Almost like a film that's on top of it once it starts settling in the jar.
Okay. I'll put whiskey question mark on my inventory.
Huh.
Guys, look at this. This is what you
Well,
drink.
Tertial's gonna
First of all.
kind of scratch his forehead and be like, "Where are we? Like, there's a lot of prep here. Like, this isn't just a family. They're like feeding a castle or something. Like,
It seems like it might be
I feel
a
like we're
high society household.
right. This is a very fancy place,
I
or it
mean,
was 20 years
we.
ago.
Aw, kitty.
Kitty attack!
Yeah. We were in a cave, guys.
Yeah. And then we
Yeah,
came
how did
out
we
and
go from a cave
Are you?
to
Are you
like?
not? Are you not?
Oh, and oh, we also had wooden cutlery, like no silver. Ooh.
All right. So also in this room, so from the doorway you're on, there is a doorway that leads off to the left, but there's also a doorway straight ahead of you. The doorway straight ahead of you is open, but the room is very dark. The one off to the left is closed.
I'll go to the room straight ahead with my I still have my phone.
Okay.
Mhm. I'm gonna check the door that's closed.
All right. The door straight ahead, like the doorway straight ahead of you, leads into another small storeroom. You see various crates. There are a few old chairs like hooked onto the wall. Um, there is what appears to be a pile of what was probably once towels or rags, but now it's just that what happens when fabric gets wet and it sits in a corner for 20 years. It's just that kind of clump that stinks of mold. So
But nothing else.
nothing that you really see.
Investigate the crates.
Yeah.
Nat 20.
You open both the boxes and you see more of those what once was bread but is now a rock.
Hmm.
The board says we need to check to see if it's a mimic.
Oh, don't worry. They're already afraid of mimics. So much so that
Mm-hmm.
they'll let a whole chest of potions get broke instead. Tercel.
Yep.
All right. Same old in there, guys.
All right, and so do you go ahead and roll an investigation on that door?
Do-do-do-do-do. Well, 7.
Okay, so yeah, it's a door.
Okay.
You realize it's a door. You realize it has a
Door.
handle. Um,
Uh-huh.
you try to push it, it doesn't do anything.
Yep. The handle doesn't wiggle or nothing.
No.
Mm.
I walk
Okay.
up and try and pull it open.
Yeah, as soon as you walk over and pull it, it opens right up.
Damn it.
Like the pedophilia. It's a pull.
The School of
Pull.
Hard Knocks.
All right. So as you guys open the door, you get this like whiff of fresh air compared to the rest of the staleness that you've been in for the last, half hours you're walking through the house. And it is definitely very bright in this room. You guys gonna enter? Okay.
Yeah.
So as you enter this
Yeah.
room, you see at one corner what appears to be a long bar. Behind that bar is shelves with various bottles of alcohol. They're all kind of covered in dust. There are tables and stools all throughout this room. Some of them have been knocked over. Everything's covered in dust. You see plates with food just left there. And as you look out towards the far side, which would be up that way, uh, the top, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, you see that there is a big, and I'm talking, it is like a Texas door. So it's two doors that are about 10 feet tall that swing outwards. And both of them are wide open. And that's where all this fresh air is coming through. But other than that, this appears to have been an inn at one time or a restaurant of sorts.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yes.
Does it look like any distress has happened? The signs of combat? corpses, anything like that?
Tables, chairs knocked over.
You see some tables and chairs that have been knocked over, but it doesn't look like there was any sign of like a combat or attack or anything.
Maybe lots of people running out quickly.
Left.
Quite possibly you could get that from the way like the food's been left. You could come up with that idea that yeah, maybe they all got up and left in a hurry.
Sirens went off. Got the fuck out.
How?
Tursel's gonna kind of walk by the bar,
Yeah,
kind of
heavy
run
at
his
the bar
finger
already.
over it, look at the dust, and be like, "Man, this would be a nice location for a tavern. You guys ever thought about starting a business?"
All right, as you say that, roll a perception check, every one of you.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh no.
oh, fucking hell.
The
Perception.
wave of bad rolls just hit the Henry household.
I got a nat one.
Jeez, I rolled a 2 plus
I don't
3
think
for
anything,
5.
nothing's
I
ever
got a
saved me.
10. Deacon got a 15.
Okay, so all of you are so distracted except for Doggo. Doggo's the only one who sees a poof of purple dust appear next to the bar. A naked gnome standing there looks around, grabs a bottle, chugs it down, poofs out, and disappears. A wild
Damn
strap
it.
man had appeared, but you all missed it.
Deacon.
Aw.
Doggo, though, is sitting there now wagging his tail, like,
I'm like, hey.
that's our
Tursel
friend.
looks at the dog like, "What are you going on about? Wait, do you want to start a tavern too?"
Sure, I do.
Right. Like, hey,
The
can I get
moment
more
Doggo
pennies?
starts
That
talking
sounds
back
great.
to you, that's when you got to question what you drank earlier.
Like,
yeah,
what,
yeah.
like race fuel or something. Um. Man, what are we gonna do? I guess we could go to the door and see where that leads. You could check the bar out and see if there's anything worth pilfering
There
there.
are stairs that lead up to like
Nope.
rooms,
Nope.
So
Nope.
it must be a tavern. More than an inn. I don't
Yeah,
see any
there's no.
rooms. Besides what
Nice little
we considered
restaurant.
the staff rooms that we slept in.
I like to walk over to the
It's a
open doors
bit of
and
a
kind of
dual
peek
purpose, but
outside.
Tursel's going to go appraise the alcohol, but also see like what age the alcohol was to see if maybe like there's something he would know to be an exceptionally fine vintage or whatever.
Roll a. Ooh, what would I make? Because yeah, you're gonna be using your skill, like your knowledge of alcohol on this. Let's see here.
And I
See,
don't
I've
see
got a
that on my
high
character sheet
nature,
anywhere.
high intelligence, high
Alcoholism plus
wisdom,
7. No.
Well, you see that.
and high
Okay, so in
survival.
3.5, I would have let you take a knowledge alcohol because you used to have the blank knowledge skills where you could put certain,
Right.
you could write in a skill, and I'd have alcohol.
Yeah.
So I would let you have that. So I'm gonna say it's a knowledge skill, but let's go ahead and add it as yeah, let's say medicine. So it'd
Okay.
be add your wisdom to it.
Because I
Okay.
technically I have a high medicine because I rolled the surgeon background. So
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and say go ahead and roll a medicine background on it.
all right, so that's 19 medicine.
Yeah, so being a fine connoisseur of the common drink, you peruse it and there seems to be some vintage bottles that are about 80, 90 years old. Those are on the top shelf. As you go kind of down the shelves, of course, they get less quality. The bottom ones are probably more water than anything. Um,
That
you
old trick.
do you do see one bottle in particular. It is a vintage wine that is 300 years old. You know that this wine is worth about $5,000 if unopened, and this one happens to be unopened.
Definitely gonna take that.
Okay.
And I won't try to hide it. I'm not trying to like steal, but or not steal, hide from the group. But I'd be like, "Oh, holy shit! Like, y'all ever try this? I'd actually never been able to afford it personally, but and he will
Maybe if we
definitely
don't
put it
open
in
it,
the safest location in his
yeah,
pack
maybe
that
if
he
we
can
don't
find.
open it, we can sell it.
This is a Pinot Rosé from the Lockheed winery. I've never
Wait,
actually seen this in person.
It exists.
Just so you know,
not a
you now
folktale.
have to remember what you just said because that's the canon
Okay.
name for it.
Write that shit down.
Do you know how do you spell
Rose.
rose? We'll just do
R-O-S-E
rose.
with the
ROSE with a
thingy.
ch over
Yeah.
T.
Lockheed Winery. Done. Canon.
Lockheed.
Lockheed, like Lockheed Martin.
I was going to say
Oh.
Lockheed Martin or Lockheed the
Okay.
Little Dragon. That was Kitty Pryde's companion in the X-Men.
Oh yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Man, I haven't thought about Kid and Pride in a while.
Nobody owns
I'm
a
gonna go look
bag
up
of
Marvel stuff
clothing.
now.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'm an old
Yeah,
school nerd.
so Tercel spends a solid minute taking his dirty rag to wrap the wine bottle. Like he's never cared about
He's like,
anything in this world more than this bottle of wine currently. So
Percival is now on his own quest to save this bottle of wine.
right,
yes.
he's like
The Queen's
Ariel,
soul
like
is
I
not.
like your
Yeah.
queen, but that is not mission number 2. Like mission number
I mean,
1
you
is
can
to
wrap it up
find.
in your bedroll.
Mhm.
Y'all got
That's true.
bedrolls.
We'll do
Right.
that
Yeah.
too.
All right, we'll just say that you secured it very tightly. It should prevent it from, short of being smashed with a club by an ogre and thrown across the room. We'll say you're okay on it not being broken.
Okay.
That being said,
That
Yeah.
being said, no.
suddenly,
I mean, that was a pretty small hole for an ogre. So.
Right. Yeah, the wine made it, but Tercel's head is gone.
the wine is perfectly safe, guys. Take it home. Drink it in
Yeah.
Tercel's memory.
Yeah. He would have
Right.
wanted us to have it.
Look around all the tables. Look for any knickknacks.
Roll investigation check.
My little halfling heart. 7.
You find collectively on a bunch of tables 10 silver, 3 gold,
Damn.
and a necklace that is golden with an emerald inset in it. Roll an arcana check on the necklace, though.
Someone just left their jewelry.
With a emerald.
Uh-huh.
And for Tina.
Yep.
11.
Okay. You could tell that this does have some kind of magical properties, but you really can't tell what it is. But you definitely get a vibe off of it.
I'm gonna put it on.
All right. Roll a Constitution save. 8. As you put it on, you feel a coldness surround you. And in your head, you hear a very faint, childlike voice say, "Are you my mommy?"
Nope.
I removed the necklace and I put it in my bag.
You can't, you go to take the necklace off and it doesn't come off.
No.
Tercel's gonna. Oh, nice necklace you got there.
I can't take it off.
What do you mean you can't take it off?
You try to take it off.
I mean, it
Please.
looks nice. If you want to leave it on, that's up to
Please.
you.
Try to take it off.
Tercel will try to take it off.
All right. So as Tercel goes to try to take it off here, "Don't you want to be my mommy?" And Tercel, as you
No.
go to lift it, you don't hear that, but she hears that. But
Okay,
as
I
you
was
go to
like,
lift it, it doesn't. It won't even. It
I'm
won't
never
even
drinking
lift
alcohol
off
ever
of her
again.
skin. It's like stuck to her. It won't even pull forward.
Take it
Damn.
off yourself. Take it off.
I think you've got a problem, Sarah.
Take it off.
I mean, so sometimes magic items are blessed, and sometimes magic items are cursed. So
Yep.
I think you might have
Ariel.
gotten the. I
Ariel.
don't think I have detect magic or anything.
I don't think I got anything like that. I definitely don't.
She's
Sorry.
ignoring me.
Now I'm looking for her file so I can see if she has it. That's for Shell's file. So I kind of thought one of you guys had it. Let me go grab her file because it's not in here.
I
Like,
mean, the
did you
good
feel
news is
anything
it's
when
thought it
you
was
put
really
on the
pretty.
I
necklace,
got a little
Sarah?
cold, and now I'm hearing a child's voice in my head.
But what's the child's voice saying?
It's asking if I want to be its mommy.
Well, do you want to be its mommy?
No!
Oh, well, that's
Huh.
not good.
Not
All
my
right,
Maybe,
so
son.
maybe you should be like, actually, can I just be like your auntie?
Right.
Ariel walks
I don't want to have
over
the whole
and
mom
she
responsibility.
shakes her head. She's like, I don't have detect magic. She's like, but I can sense there is something in that necklace.
Bad or good?
I can't tell.
Damn it.
Can our cleric tell if it's bad or good?
Huh?
Can our cleric tell if
Not
it's
this
bad or
cleric.
good?
Nope. No. He's done.
No,
I spent most of my time healing, so if the
Mm,
necklace attacks you in some way, I can do something about
yep.
that.
Well,
But
that's
I don't
exciting.
think you have anything to go around that. I guess we
Hmm.
could just, when we get out of here, we could try to go to a town and see if
You
somebody
had a
can
remove curse potion, but I don't think that's gonna cover it.
maybe try talking to the kid, see if
Yeah.
No, no, I
they
think
want
it's
to.
correct. I think it'll give it more power.
We don't. I mean, it
I
might be a
don't
good kid. Like maybe the
know.
kid knows where more of this wine is. Like we could make a lot of money with this kid.
Thanks, Tersal.
Rude.
I
I'm
bet
glad you're
Paige, your
thinking of
necklace.
me.
Money makes a lot of problems go away. Maybe
Mm.
we could hire somebody else to kill this lich and
Well, while she's involuntarily
Where's
adopted a
your
child,
old
I'm gonna
mommy?
look out for her.
all right, so you walk over to the door and you look out. And that's where we'll take a break real quick because I got to change the map. But
But I do ask
okay, hold on.
the child in my head, where's your old mommy?
I don't. She whispers, I don't know, but you're my mommy now. And you
Ooh.
feel, as she says that, you feel the coldness kind of change to like a warm, like a little kid hugged you kind of feeling.
oh,
But it's not like your
Aww.
skin, you feel it on the inside, like it's hugging your soul.
so we
Aww.
can't hear the kid, but we can hear. Can we hear Sarah? Is she talking out loud to the kid or
Yes.
Are you
internally?
talking out loud?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then, yeah, you hear her talking to herself, but you don't hear the
But you
response.
just know what I'm doing. I'm
Yeah.
conversing with whatever this
So
necklace is
so
giving.
what did the kid say?
Hmm.
Or like
Yeah.
does she know where her mom's at? Or I say
Doesn't
she. I don't know
know.
what sex the kid is.
Doesn't know. Asked me to be her mommy, and then got warm.
Like good warm or like magic missiles from Ariel warm?
Magic missiles from Ariel is not a good warm.
That's not a good warm. Yeah, I think I would have. Oh,
Heartwarming one.
That's just
Aw.
hair.
well, I mean, there's
Oh,
good
okay.
ghosts out there every once in a while. Like maybe you got a good one.
All right, so
Maybe.
while I change the map real quick, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. Everyone go get drinks, use the restrooms, and we'll be back in a few
Spooky.
minutes.
Coffee.
Be right back. PAs.
All right, we should be back. You guys can hear us? Yep, sounds like the mic's working on there.
Yes.
All right, yay.
Yep, I'm back. I had to collect my foot warmer. Roscoe is on my feet, and then I got Tanner, my little buddy. He's chilling. Trying to eat my almonds. Don't
Don't let the doggo eat almonds.
No, definitely not.
They're not good for doggo.
I'll move him over here. Fortune cookie, on the other hand.
What was that?
Huh?
We don't have video on there?
Is it just me or?
Oh,
Here, I'll go check the feed real quick. Hold on.
hang on, let me look.
What's up?
No, we have feed.
No, I see.
So it's just me.
It's
Yeah, it's
yes.
just your phone.
No, I see us.
That'll be real fun when we're in the basement. I'll have to run all the way upstairs to check that feed.
I know.
That's one of the mini projects we have to get done. All right, so you guys are all. We're gonna say, can you?
Ooh.
Larger.
Huh? I will in a second. Okay.
Is that the building we're in?
Yes, that is the. This is now expanded out so you guys can see the town more. You guys are all standing at the doorway. Ophelia want to look out. Like I said, there is a thick, low-hanging fog covering the cobblestone streets. And yet you could tell that the sun is about almost to noon. So you kind of like, maybe there shouldn't be any fog. It is just quiet. Like no
sniff the
noise, no
air.
birds, no crickets, nothing. It's just deathly silent.
Does it smell like fog? Like,
Roll a perception check.
mother cunt. I'm retiring that die. The one.
You take a big breath and kind of smell, and you know that you're breathing oxygen, and that's about all you can tell.
Do I smell anything on the air?
Investigation check.
Yeah.
No, same thing. You take a deep breath, and yeah, you're breathing oxygen. The air doesn't. You're not dying. You know that much.
I love that.
As you do take in that deep breath,
Thing on my neck.
you hear, "Mommy, are we going to go play?"
We're leaving.
I
Turtle's
mean,
gonna
yes,
kind
we're
of
leaving.
walk up beside those two and be like,
Stop talking to me.
"Y'all okay? It seems to be just standing here
Oh.
breathing. That's, I mean, if that's what you want to
I
do."
forgot you have a little girl trinket now. That's right.
We will post note the trinket at the end of this so I can talk to you all about that.
Okay.
That would be super cool if I had a trinket.
You do not get a
Turtle's
trinket.
gonna kind of reach down and
Negan would be
ruffle
very
Negan's
upset.
ears, see if Negan like looks distressed or curious about what we're about to walk into at all.
He's
He rolled 4.
yeah, he's just happy to get
Good
pet.
Lord.
You're rubbing his ears and he's like, "Yay, Fred."
Outside, yay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So as you guys step up,
So is this kind of like 20-year abandonment thing too? Like, are there footsteps, any kind of signs of motion or activity or anything?
well, as you guys step out onto the cobblestone streets, like I said, the fog is thick. You can't really even see the cobblestone. You just kind of feel it under your feet.
Well, that's thick as shit.
Yeah, it's a really thick fog. It does kind of shift and part and swirl around your legs, and you do get little visions as that happens. It's up to everybody except for Sarah. It's up to about mid calf, Sarah, it's probably up to about your thighs. And dog.
I'm not doing this stuff.
Yeah, and as you do that, again, you kind of see that there's a cobblestone street. So as you look around, you can see down one way. So as you walk out the door, you look to the left. There are rows of houses, and then there is a stone wall. As you turn and look the other direction, the stone wall is a lot closer. Um, these houses are all kind of like they are a stone architecture with like a stone frame with wooden walls. All of them, their windows seem to be closed. There are old blue banners kind of like drifting off some of the houses. They're very weather worn and torn. Um, Again, you don't hear any noises. You don't really see any signs of anything. Like you can't see footprints because the fog is so dense. But you do get the sense that it has been a while since anyone has walked these streets.
Tursel's
Nice.
gonna kind of
Ghost town.
look back at Ariel, be like, "Do you recognize this place at all? Like, it seems, I don't know, it seems pretty well established. They have walls, they have nice stuff. Like, do you have any idea where we're at by any chance?"
You see her heavy helmet just kind of shake. She's like, "No, I've never been here."
We can see each other all right, though, right? With the
Yeah,
fog?
like I said, the fog's only up to about mid calf on all the view except for Sarah because she's so short.
Okay.
So
So it's a low line.
yeah, it's a low lying fog and it's just really thick low.
All right, so we can't follow tracks. We don't see any disturbances. Everything's been abandoned. Um,
All right.
what are we looking for? I guess.
Princess.
Huh?
Our ultimate goal is to find the princess.
Right.
It's a
Yeah.
queen, not a princess.
The queen.
Queen, but
I thought she was getting married.
the royalty.
No, she was already a
Does,
queen. She was
does
getting married.
does the tavern have a sign or any kind of a name or anything?
You don't see
Love
any sign or
trespassers.
name above the door as you look around, but you do see the same kind of blue flags. Roll an investigation check on them since you're close to the door.
Oh, stay in the box. What are you doing? 14 plus 3, 17 investigation.
You notice that they are extremely weather worn, but there is a pattern on them. And you kind of recognize the pattern. Go ahead and roll a religion check.
Thanks for popping in, Lord. Have a great day.
Yeah. Have a good day, man. 12 religion, 3, 15 on religion.
Yeah, as you kind of like really look at it and try to make out the symbol, you do recognize that it is the symbol for Bahamut, the silver dragon,
Whoa!
the platinum dragon.
I know that's a
Wow.
good guy.
Oh, is Bahamut a good guy? I thought he was an evil dragon.
No, he's the platinum dragon.
Platinum dragon. Good job.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Played too much Final Fantasy. Sorry.
Platinum dragon.
So what would what do I know about the religion of Bahamut? Like,
So you would know that he is the platinum dragon. He is considered like the father of all dragons, and he's a very good deity. Um, he is not of the chromatic scale, which the chromatic scales are the red, green, blue, black, and white. And those are the same colors that would be Tiamat. So you know that there are many paladin orders that follow Bahamut. There are large chapels and shrines all over the Sword Coast. So, you know, even though you don't follow him, you know that he is a very good and wise and fair patron.
the Tercel kind of once he recognized it, be like, okay, apparently Bahamut didn't do anything to save this town from whatever afflicted it.
I'm gonna check out
There's no sign
the
of
building
distress.
next
There's
door.
like
Yeah, it
maybe
looks like
like people had to flee. Like
I'm gonna go to the door or the building next door. See if I can peek through a window.
All right, so you wander over and you look in the window, and again, it's just so grime and dust covered from years that you really can't see in. It does appear to be a small house. There's furniture sitting there. You can kind of tell it's just dust covered, but you can't tell much more than that without entering the house.
hmm.
House? I don't want to get too far away from everybody. I'll go across the street. Find a window.
All right, so as you rub this window and you look in, you hear a voice, I don't want to go home yet, Mommy,
Oh, it's your house. Please don't call me mommy. Just call me Sarah.
but you're my mommy.
Just call me Sarah.
You're my mommy.
Please just
Tersel's gonna hear all this arguing and be like, don't piss off the spectral voice in your head."
Mhm. Don't make it cry.
never wanted to be a mother.
She's like, I want to go to the park, Mommy. I don't want to go home.
What happened
Mhm.
to your mom?
You're my mommy.
Yeah.
What happened to your old mom?
You're my mommy.
Your old mom.
You're my mom. Just keeps repeating that.
What is your name?
Oh.
She goes silent.
Hmm.
Ooh, ask her if
And
she knows anything about
you
Bahamut
feel
or Platinum Dragons.
you
Maybe
feel
she
like
likes
a
dragons.
weird coldness kind of shimmer through, and then she goes, I don't know my name, Mommy.
Interesting. What about Muhammad? Do you know who Muhammad is?
She goes, Bahamut is the dragon. He's a
Yes.
good dragon.
Does the kid know?
Yeah.
What did she say?
And Muhammad is a good dragon.
So they probably have a temple for it. See if the kid ever visited the temple or something.
Do you ever go to the temple?
Yes, it's in front of the park.
It's in front of the park.
Cool.
Okay.
Did she wants to go to the park? Let's go to the park.
Okay. Follow the direction of the trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Have
hey,
the
kiddo, how do you get to this park?
I guess I'm leading the way.
When? Get down.
So where does she tell me
Hold
to
on.
go?
I'm trying to make sure she doesn't knock over all those minis. Get down. Hi.
This isn't my minis.
Yes, she says that the alley right next to the house will take you to the park.
Hey guys.
Hold on. So as you guys turn that corner to look down this alleyway, you
Yeah.
notice that part of this house has collapsed, blocking that way off.
Oh no.
So there's a bunch of rubble right here,
Hmm.
blocking that alley.
Can I see what caused it to
You can't. You can roll investigation check or perception. Yeah, go perception. 13. Um, you're looking and kind of looking at this house. You can tell that it's neglect. That the houses all around you, all of them are starting to decay enough to where a good
Hmm.
strong rain may cause parts of them to collapse.
So this place has been vacant for a moment.
Sauce. After we see the temple, remind me to come back here. See if I can find out who she is, because she doesn't remember her name.
Okay.
Go down this way.
Yeah.
Can we go down that
All right. As you guys start walking down that alleyway, roll a dexterity save since you're leading everyone.
Ariel, stay on feet.
Yeah, I got a glow base on her. She doesn't like to stand.
You said a what?
Dexterity, reflex save,
19.
19. Yeah, as you're walking through, like I said, for you, the mist is so thick and high It's really hard for you to see. So you're kind of slowly making your way. And though you're able to kind of step over what appears to be like an old rotted wheelbarrow that's kind of laying there, you do still end up kicking some empty old jars that were out near it. You dodge out of the way before anything splashes you, but there's definitely a crashing sound that really breaks the silence of everything around you. And as that happens, Tercel, go ahead and roll a perception check.
That is an 8.
8. Okay, so you don't recognize it. D, you go ahead and roll a perception check.
1.
Okay.
Oh, we
I
need
mean-
new dice in this household.
We
I
have
know.
Dal-
I'm using,
How
using
about
my
we have
backup
Dalgo roll a
now.
perception check before I have Ariel
God
do everything?
damn it.
Negan, save us!
Negan, please.
Alright.
Okay, so Negan doesn't see anything. Ariel with an 18 for the
Nice.
save, guys.
Thank
Oh,
God.
thank God.
I think
All right.
Ariel. Fucking
As soon
God's
as you
not helping
shatter
us.
those jars, Ariel stops and she says, "Quiet." And you guys hear this skittering, like click, click, click noise. And you guys look at the building across the street, and climbing down the roof in this twisted fashion. It's, chest up, arms bent. Its head is twisted around in like an ungodly way so that it's facing you, even though its chest is here. Let's see if I can get this on the camera. So yeah.
Ring.
Oh dear.
Yeah, imagine kind of like the Ring Girl.
Oh, no.
It's climbing down the wall. You guys start noticing little swirls in the mist.
Oh, fuck.
And you start hearing this low noise. You start seeing things moving out from alleyways.
Oh, no.
Bless
You.
At this point, you guys notice that, there are definitely undead around you.
Gross. Oh, no. No, you can stop. You can stop. You don't have to add more. We're good.
Seeing all these, I'm going to
Hold on.
dark skin on myself.
And then you guys start to feel the ground shake as coming around this corner.
Oh. Oh, hell.
Oh dear.
Zombie.
Using this arm, then you rip
These two
off.
giant zombie ogres come tromping around the corner. So at this point, everyone, roll
So-
initiative.
The real question I have is, did they rip off each other's arm or their own arm?
Basically, he has an arm as a weapon.
Yeah, that's so cute. I love them.
Cute.
And they are. They're really cute.
So
Now,
yeah,
and
when I
in game,
when I've seen
I would
everything
probably
come
be
in,
more like, ah, fuck.
I cast dark skin on myself.
Okay.
Gives me a +2 to my AC.
I'm going to my die. There it is. Okay. Please be nice. Son of a bitch.
Well,
All right, Tercel, what do you got?
17.
Oh.
Ophelia.
11.
That's with your plus.
Oh wait, initiative. Sorry. 15.
15.
15 for
24.
Sarah.
15.
Yep. Nika got an actual 20 +2, so 22.
Damn.
Okay. 24 for Ariel. All right. Just group everybody zombies together. So they get 9. And then the other big guy, 17, and a 1. All right. So Ariel will start us off.
Yay. Get it, girl.
Let's see here. What has she got that will be really fun against the undead? I need to put her spell cards in something so I just know them a lot easier. I will say I do like that about D&D Beyond. I've made a couple characters, some NPC stuff, and I do like how they give you like the full spell list for those classes, so you can just there'll be a whole page for it. It makes it a
It's
lot
pretty
easier than
handy.
That's awesome.
It feels a little cheesy that in order to get certain spells, you have to buy the book from them.
yeah. Considering that I have a full library of
Right.
books, I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not buying them digitally again. So
Yeah. Or I mean, like with textbooks, you get the digital coupons.
yeah, so I don't know why they don't just put a digital code, one-time use code in the book and be like, okay, now you
It's
have it
fucking
digitally on D&D Beyond.
Hasbro. Hasbro's looking to make money.
Oh yeah. Okay, so
Oh, I
1d4
need some
plus 1.
combat music.
Yeah, again, I play music, but I don't want to
Zombies,
get hit for a
combat
copyright
music.
strike. All
Nah.
right, so
Yeah.
let's see here. She's got to roll 5 of
Ooh, Army of
these.
the Dead
That
combat
hits,
music.
that hits, that hits, that hits. And that one's a crit. All right, so it's 1d4 plus 1. Each one. And one's a crit. So Ariel is going to kind of steps out into the middle of the street. She puts her hand out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 and 2, 4. All right, so one magic missile hits this one. It shatters off one of its arms. This one here, it shatters off its leg, so it kind of starts limping. This one here, it blasts it in the chest and it goes down. And then the one that's crawling takes one to the face, but still is coming at her. And then the good one. So that's 4. That's 8. That's 10. Yeah, this one crawling down the building. She unleashes the last one. It goes right into its face. It comes and splatters on the ground, not moving. So these two are dead.
Oh, damn.
All right.
Hell yeah.
So Doggo's
Hooray
turn.
for NPCs.
Thanks, lady.
Do we know what deity Ariel's oath is sworn to at all?
um,
Would it?
you would actually know this because you guys all were in service. She is a follower of Bahamut.
Ah,
Ooh.
She was listening to us all talk about it, going,
Yeah, pretty much. She just kind of stood there and shaking her head because after months of training with her at the castle and being around her, you guys should know everything there is about Bahamut, but you guys are all kind of special in her eyes.
she's like the teacher that's just on a field trip, is so annoyed with her kids, just like, God, I can't wait for these kids to go back home. Like,
so this, he's gonna attack that one,
All right.
fight. 12.
Well, yeah, that totally hits. And that's the one that's legs kind of off, so it's kind of like it's twisted. The leg's still attached, but you can see where like the bone was shattered and it's now kind of dragging it.
Yummy.
He comes
5.
up and does the violent doggy shaking attack.
Pretty much. It jumps up, grabs it by its throat, and rips it open. Roll a Constitution check though for Doggo.
Oh no. Does he go bleh?
7.
7. Yeah. As soon as he comes off, mouth just covered in this black stuff, he starts to shake and vomit, and he takes 10 points of poison damage.
Ew. Poor little dude.
Is that it for Doggo? All right, Tercel, it's your turn.
Oh, God, I rolled high. I wasn't thinking about that at all. Okay. So there's 1, 2. So we got 2 big guys, the upside down crawler lady zombie thing.
No, you have one zombie here crawling on the ground, one behind you, these two, and one coming through this alley that you couldn't see from where you are.
Gotcha. Being tactically minded, I think Tersa would react to the one behind us because he knows that bad things come from behind.
All right. We'll say it there.
So he's going to cast Guiding Bolt.
Oh, okay, so you wouldn't have moved for that. That's a ranged attack.
So yeah, he's going to put his mace in his offhand with his main hand. He's going to say a spell to make a request of Pelor to help him with this situation. He's make a ranged spell attack against that guy. The +6 to hit, so 21 to hit.
Oh yeah, it totally hits.
And on a hit, target takes 46 radiant. Ooh, there's some 6s in there. 12, 17, 18 points of radiant.
Oh yeah. So yeah, this beam of pure white and yellow light shoots out and engulfs this undead creature, and just it burns it and it just falls to the ground.
Okay.
Yay! Bye.
I'm in a pretty decent spot. I don't think I'll move.
Okay.
But I will a shout out to Ariel, like, why is Bama not helping us in this situation? And that'll be my turn.
Muhammadan.
She looks at you and goes, "I don't feel Bahamut's presence here. Something else is here."
Ooh.
All right. It will be the zombie ogre's turns.
Really?
No.
You're the closest one. It is going to swing at you. Yeah, it's a nat 1. So it
Oh, thank God.
swings and smashes into the building. Roll a deck save.
She like ducks in the mist and loses sight of her.
9. All right. You are able to move back fast enough as this whole side of this building caves in, and it actually crushes this zombie. He rolled a 2.
Yay!
So he's dead. You do get hit by some of the debris though, and you take 10 points of crushing damage or bludgeoning damage as big sections of stone and mortar fall on you.
Well, that's ow.
All right, Ophelia, it is your turn.
Ooh. I will like to.
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna
Ophelia there.
attack the big dude with my staff.
All right.
Two-handed.
Yeah, I'll say he's flanked, so you have advantage on this roll. I gotta grab something.
Where's my attack card? I had it up here. Oh, there it is. Quarterstaff. So I got 14 plus 7.
14 plus 7.
That's what I'm checking real quick. I thought I printed their stats in my. I actually have a book
21.
of just my favorite monsters that I have all their stats printed out, but these guys I
Aw.
don't. You say, oh, until you see the pretty pink book of death come out. It has every horrible creature that I love to use from every edition.
Yeah.
What'd you say you got?
21.
Oh yeah, totally hits.
Oh, thank God.
These guys have pretty low AC.
Awesome. I'm doing 2-handed quarterstaff, so that is D8. Where's my 8? Are you? Oh, there you are. So 4 plus 4, 8.
8.
And then I would also like to bonus flurry of blows. Two unarmed. So spend a key point. Try to. Or wait, I'm confused. So do I get 2 attacks and one is the first and the
You
other
get
one
2
is.
attacks, and then you can spend a key point, and with your bonus action, you can use flurry of blows, which gives you
Okay.
another 2
Yeah, because
attacks.
you have attack, bonus attack, which is when you can spend your key points.
Okay. Well, then that's just my second attack then. So second attack is, what are you? 5 plus 7 is 12.
Yep, that hits.
Oh, sweet.
Damn, they don't have a very high AC.
No, they don't.
And then, so 7 plus 4,
11.
11. So hit them for 11 and 8 so far.
All right.
And then I would like to then spend my key point to do my bonus action. I'll do flurry of blows, just 2 unarmed strikes. So first one is 18 plus 7.
It's
D6. D6 plus. So I got 2 plus 4, so there's 6. Second hit is a 9 plus 7.
yeah, it hits. Let's just say if you get above 11, you guys are hitting. Okay,
Fuck yeah.
that's not the number, but let's just for if you guys hit 11, you guys are good.
Awesome. All right. And then I had 3 plus 4, so 7.
Remember
Yeah,
to
well, you
flush your
do a
mouth when you hit this
sizable
guy.
chunk of damage to it.
Oh,
It
no.
Be like,
just kind of sits there, and you hear like this deep kind of chuckle from it. You see like its intestines fluxing and dripping out as it's like
Ew.
just kind of standing there.
Really?
And I yell out, see, move over.
Oh god. Yeah, I don't know if I have any more squiggle room. If I can
Move.
just back up.
I would
Over?
move over so you don't give him an act.
Yeah, if you move away
Can
too
I?
far, he
Can
would
I?
have
I would
attack.
like to
This way.
step aside then.
Yeah, you would still be good.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Let me like. Oh hell no! Like, you.
All right, then I guess it's Sarah's turn.
Oops, sorry. Move here, and I'm going to cast lightning bolt.
Okay, he gets attack of opportunity on you.
No.
Out of his.
You were here. Are you moving in this spot? Oh, okay. That close with lightning bolt?
Yeah, so I form a line 100 feet long, 5 feet wide, blast out from me in the direction I choose. Each creature in the line must make a dexterity saving throw. Creature takes 8d6 lightning damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one.
All right. What's your saving throw?
14.
14. All right. So which one? How many are you hitting?
This one. Straight line, 100 feet.
So, first one, you said Dex.
Yes.
All right, so it's a 16 on the first one. That is a 17 on the next one. And the last one is a 12. Okay,
The
so
last one takes all the damage. The other two take
all right.
half. 23.
Damn.
26 total. And half for the other two.
How much?
26 total and half for the other two.
All right, 26 is 13. So he's dead.
Yeah.
This one that took the full damage.
Oh, he's still alive. He's got like little sparks shooting across his flesh. You smell like that electric smell of like burnt rubber, but no, he's still alive. At this point, let's see here. He's gone too. So all the zombies are dead.
Ooh. Okay.
I will misty step.
All right.
And that's it.
Okay. All right. So it is this guy's turn here. He picks up the dead zombie that was there,
Oh.
and he is going to throw it at you and Doggo. So both of you need to make a dex save.
See that one coming.
Ew.
He nat
That's
20 though,
disgusting.
so
Yeah.
yeah, he nat 20. So he hits you both. So you both are gonna take 10 points of bludgeoning damage, and each of you need to roll a constitution save.
Oh.
Big boy's like, not that I have to be at this range, but I'm an expert with throwing zombies.
Well, yeah.
9
We'll
for
call that big
myself.
boy too.
And 16 for Negan.
All right, Negan saves, but you take 9 points of poisoning damage on top of that as you are covered in like the black ichor of the zombies, and it like goes into your face and into your eyes and a little bit in your mouth.
Ew.
And then you hear the voice inside you go, "Are you okay, mommy?" All right. And with that, we go back up to Ariel. How big is that? Yes. So yeah, she is going to cast grease on this one. Hits. It does, and then she, with her bonus action, she's going to cast Firebolt, which hits.
Yay.
So that bad boy lights up in flames
Does he trip and fall?
for 10 points of damage.
Does he slip on his
We'll see. Yeah, see if it goes prone. He does not. But yeah, he's now just burning. He'll be burning on his next turn. He'll have another burn.
Great. Now we have a giant flaming zombie.
Did he look like he liked the fire any more or less than the lightning damage?
No, he's not. He does not look happy. But it is
Okay.
Doggo's turn at this point. Doggo needs to roll a Constitution save.
Thank you.
He was poisoned from that first zombie. 7. All right. So Zago still feeling the effects, takes another 7 points of damage as he's puking and kind of foaming at the mouth a little bit right now.
Mhm.
What would you like Doggo to do?
Oh yeah. He's nuzzling my belt. He wants my healing potion.
No.
Can he take it?
No, you would have to hand it to
I
him.
have to hand it
Well, yeah.
to him. He's just gonna sit by my side.
Okay. All right, then Tercel, it's your turn.
Yeah, flying zombie got Tersel's attention. He sees the two of them get bombarded, so he's going to approach Negan, place a calming hand, petting his mane, murmuring a quick prayer. He's going to cast Lesser Restoration on Negan, which will
Mm.
cure one condition, which can be poisoned. So I will get rid of his poison.
All right.
Yay.
And then
He looks at you with his big puppy dog eyes. Thank you.
I know, buddy, but I need you to kill some things, so get better. I guess alternatively, am I allowed to cast a bonus action spell if I cast a spell with my action?
I'll let you do cantrips as a bonus action.
Okay.
So
So yeah, as part of the petting, he will remove the poison, and he's gonna give guidance to Negan as well. So Negan gets a bonus to roll on his ability check the next time he does whatever, which he won't do for another round, but it felt characterful. He's getting all the blessings right now.
the
And
goodest
that'll
Doggo.
be my turn.
All right. Then it is going to be the big guy's turn.
Yeah.
It is going to turn to face you, Ophelia,
Oh,
and it
God.
is going to swing at you.
Mm-hmm. Do I have any reactions? But I don't.
18 plus 6 is 24. 24 to hit.
Yeah.
You never know. Monks can have some fucked up AC.
Never.
On at level
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
All
My
right.
monk in my campaign has got 19 AC.
Yeah, I was gonna say, some monks can.
Level 6.
I've seen some monks with like AC of
I
like
think
40. All right, so you
with
take
the dex bonuses and the right stuff.
13 damage as it swings its arm out at you, just smacks you across the face, and it actually sends you back 5 feet, and you fall prone.
Mhm. Ah.
And that's its turn. So then it'll be your turn, Ophelia.
Ah. Okay. Well, I would
Tristle's
like
gonna
to.
look up, be like, "Are you guys lining up for healing? What's going on here?"
Maybe. Yeah. I'm gonna
You're gonna stand, right?
unprone myself. I would like to stand up. Um, I think I have anything cool.
Stand up, brush yourself off. Alright, asshole.
Stand up, brush myself off. Does that count as one action? Or is
No.
that...
Standing up counts as half your movement, and
Okay.
brushing yourself off is going to just be, we'll just call that a free action.
Cool, I dig it.
You're like,
Yeah, I actually have a whole list here. What do they actually call that? An interact, a minor action. So yeah, we'll say that it's I'm seeing to yeah, I'd put it under that. I have a whole list of happy actions you can do on your turn.
so much for ours.
Well then,
It's mainly for the kids so they know what the fuck's going on.
I would like to run forward and well, thought I had Where is my thingy? Anyways, yeah, I'd like to reapproach him and attack him with my quarterstaff.
All right.
Please. That is a.
You were like, asshole.
Yeah.
Like pole vaults
excuse
over
me,
to him.
motherfucker.
We weren't finished with our dance.
So I got 12
Well,
plus 7.
like I said, anything over 11,
yeah,
we're just going to
11.
say hits. So you're good.
Okay. Awesome. And then 8. That is a 1 plus 4, so 5. And then. So that's technically 2 actions, right? Because the first one is me getting up and all the.
No.
You
That's
used
half your
movement for
movement.
your action.
Standing up is
okay.
half your movement. So if you move
Half
30
movement,
feet
okay.
normally, you would stand up and only be able to move 15, but you only moved 5. So you're still within that. So you haven't used any. So you've only used your one action for attack. So you should have your
Okay,
second attack,
cool.
then your bonus, which when you can spend key again if you want to.
Okay. And then my second attack is. Oh, yeah. I don't even have to add. That's a 17
Yeah, totally.
plus 7. And then a D8. It's 4 plus 4.
8.
And then I will love to spend another key point. Do my bonus action. Flurry of blows. Is first one is a 17, so plus, see, that is a 6. So 2 and 4, so there's 6. And then 9 plus 7, still good. And it's a 6 plus 4, so 10.
All right. So, yeah, you stand up, dust yourself off, kind of growl it as you step forward. You boop it with your stick once, boop it with your stick again. And then you just flat palm, flat palm, flat palm. And it just like crumples to the ground, shivering, convulsing a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo! Helios!
Right, so that one is dead. All right, Sarah, it's your turn.
Alright, so I am going to bend down and do healing word on Mr. Negan.
I think the battle music I picked out kind of helped a little too.
Well, music goes a long way.
Yeah, well, like I said, when we're doing our afternoon campaign, when everyone's here at the house, we have like a 6-hour long playlist of music. But I'm 100% sure I get copyright strike on almost all of it.
It's 8 points of healing.
But hey, Fun Pips, if you're okay with me using your music from 7 Days to Die, I got that soundtrack on that playlist too.
So you can went into the double digits again. Feel a little better.
All right.
Yay.
And that's where I have to keep it.
All right. And then it is this big guy's turn again.
No, you can, no, you don't need to, I don't need a hug.
He's going to come and smack you around. So 12?
Miss, yes?
Okay.
Does that miss?
What's your AC?
Oh, a 12? Oh, no, fuck yeah, no, I'm good. That's
Okay.
A 17.
So yeah, he
Good.
comes summing up and swings at you and just kind of whiffs over you. That's his turn. All right, so it's going to go to Ariel's
Does some
turn.
like acrobatic shit. She like jumps over the arm and like somersaults around.
Ariel's going to walk up here. As she's walking up, you guys notice her warhammer starts to glow this pure white light. And you guys kind of hear her muttering under her breath. With her first action, she's going to go ahead and cast Searing Smite. And then she's going to swing that warhammer. And she is going to nat 20 this son of a.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
All right, so I gotta look at her
Get
critical. Hold on. Let's pull her sled. So her warhammer is a 2d10.
Oh, God damn it.
Jesus.
That's without
Ophelia,
that's without the extra she gets from adding Searing Smite, which is going to be an
Right.
extra
Do I
1d6
need
per
to duck
level.
and cover?
yeah,
So
close your mouth, baby. Something's about to explode.
that's
Like,
30 from the
Ophelia
hammer.
just took like 18 actions to kill one. Ariel's gonna come up, whack it with a hammer once.
That's 52 points of damage total. You guys watch as this, your paladin just steps up, hammer starts going, and she just swings it right into its skull. You watch this light just blast it in the face. The jaw separates and flies and sticks into the wall of the house. Its eyes shoot out. Black goo just started, and this thing just slumps to the ground.
Please tell me I have enough like wherewithal to be like, oh God.
Roll a deck save.
Ugh. Well, I got a 9.
Yeah, we'll say you were smart enough to shield yourself. She basically
gonna come up to
she Gallaghered that son of a bitch.
yeah.
Oh God.
Jocelyn's gonna come up to Ariel, kind of pat her on the shoulder, be like, "I guess Baumat's still listening to somebody, huh?"
Okay. At this point, as the dust settles and all the creatures are dead at your guys' feet, Sarah, you hear a voice in your head. You should go inside before they come. Look up. And as you look up, you see swirling black shapes up in the sky. Hundreds of them. All going in a spiral. And they're all moving towards the chapel. And there's enough of them that they start to kind of eclipse the sun a little bit.
Oh, goody.
Your house be safe, little one.
I don't know.
Well,
Find a
shit.
house. We need to go inside. That's what
Uh,
she's telling me.
So
The
you know
the
that this
daughter's
door here
gonna
is
be-
shut, this door here is shut, that building's partially collapsed, that one's partially collapsed. And then there's the end back at the like food place back at the end of the road you guys were at.
Tersel's gonna kind of point to the collapsed buildings, like, "I'm pretty sure the chapel's behind these, but I don't like the idea of going into a collapsed
Right?
building."
You guys
But
make a decision. I'm gonna be drinking this health potion.
what do you think, Ophelia?
Well, that's a great question. I have no idea. I don't want to be assaulted by a giant.
At this
floor
point,
of
Ariel
things, so
walks
we
up
should
and
find
opens this
coverage.
door and tells you all, get in here.
Oh, hey, you're so
There we
smart.
go.
Drinking my
I'm
health
like
potion.
staring up, getting going. Oh,
Following
fuck.
along.
All right. As the door, as
Okay.
Ariel closes the door, you guys kind of peel out the curtain and you start seeing these ghostly images all start landing on the ground and then slowly making their way, walking through the collapsed rubble, like literally their bodies just blending through it, all heading towards the park area. So I'll crouch down and hide. That's where we're going to end it today.
Woohoo.
So there you go, guys. You're all hiding now, and welcome to a haunted village.
Hiding.
All right, as I promised,
with
I will
hiding.
explain a trinket to everybody. As a word of warning, if you are playing D&D and your DM says you find a necklace and there's a hint of magic about it, do not put the magic on without using a spell called Detect Magic or having someone verify what it is, or you may receive a curse, as Sarah found out today. There's your D&D tip for the day, ladies and gentlemen.
The more you know.
Yes, the more you fucking know. All right, well, thank you everybody who stopped in to watch the stream. Thank you to my players as always for stopping by. I appreciate it. Like I said, we may have a 7 Days to Die collab coming up soon. Now that we've got Az playing it.
I'm excited.
Hopefully, we should be back next Sunday, and you guys can continue off here and figure out what the hell's going on in this village.
Next Sunday's that luncheon, so if
Oh,
we
yes,
do
yes,
something,
yes,
we'd have
next
to start
Sunday.
early, end early.
Yeah, that's right. No, we had already said we were just going to skip next Sunday because
Okay.
Like I said, starting
Okay.
early for us, because like I said, I get up about 6 to set all this up, but like I have to wake her up and get her ready at that time too. So it's well, might as well just not start early. So we'll just skip next week.
Okay.
So we'll be back in 2 weeks, everybody.
2 weeks. Hell
So
yeah.
that's good. That'll give me more time to fine tune what's about to happen to you all.
Yeah, and I can look up
Yay.
more about Bahamut because I didn't actually know anything about him.
Well, the Platinum Dragon is a very good dragon. So make sure you take some looking up.
Yeah.
So back in what 3.5,
Yeah.
the only way to be a dragonborn
Yes.
was to be a paladin of Muhammad. Great people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that why all the Dragonborns I ever remember were paladins? That's
Yes.
interesting.
Originally in 3.5, Dragonborns were a blessing imbued upon the most holy believers. They would be transformed into the Dragonborn. They could lose that, kind of like how a paladin can oath break, and that would be a penalty, as they would go back to whatever form they were before. There was a story I read a long time ago about it takes place in a tavern, and there's this guy who's very haggard, his face is cut, and the guy's talking to him over the night, and he realizes that he used to be a dragonborn paladin, but he fell from grace. And the reason he is so sad and depressed is that he knows he can fix everything and become that again, but he already let down the gods once before, and he's afraid he would do it again, and he cannot bear to have that happen again.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's the old school. But then they made Dragonborns just a regular race. So,
Yeah.
like I said, there used to be some really cool lore and mythos behind some of the races, and they're really trying to get rid of them. Like, we're not even supposed to technically call them races anymore by the new system. They're now species, which no, they're races. I'm sorry. I'll keep calling them races. So, all
Sounds
right.
like somebody trying to dodge the
Yeah.
cancel hammer or whatever.
Well, and part of it I understand because, there used to be the old trope of your orcs are, R word, and they would go around doing that. Gnolls were the same way and stuff. And people are like, oh, well, that's, subjecting a race into a fantasy and making it based off of real races. And it's like, no, they're fantasy. And I know orc races that are highly intelligent, but they're just brutal as fuck. Gnolls, on the other hand, are just brutal as fuck. They're just fucking rabid dogs,
Right.
okay?
Yeah. They're
So,
rabid hyenas.
and they want to get rid of like half elf. Like, because they're like, oh, well, saying you're a half breed or a half race is bad. And I'm like, no, it's not really. And technically, species can't breed with each other. So that gets rid of any half orc, half elf, half anything from now on,
Yeah.
in theory.
Well,
So,
it's the psychology of a planet. Like you can't say, oh, there's no half breeds. It's like elves don't like humans, and then
yeah.
you make an elf human. It's like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't they not like that?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
that's
There's
just
there's a whole
society.
bunch of complications behind it, and I understand some of it because some of it is based off of, old hatreds and stuff that were kind of pushed into the fantasy realm. But a lot of DMs I know who are in my age bracket and have been playing it as long, we don't really use that mindset when we're using these. We're just like, no, that is literally Bob fucked an ogre woman. She had a baby that is half human, half orc. It happens. Fuck. There's a donkey that had a sex with a dragon and they had like 7 kids, and that's a TV show, kid. I mean, come on.
Right, and everybody's
Yeah.
okay with
And
that.
everyone's okay with the barred dragon. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, again, thank you everybody for stopping by. We will be back in 2 weeks with our D&D. You guys enjoy your break next weekend. Of course, we'll probably play 7 days somewhere in between then. So,
Yes, please. That'd be awesome.
oh, I play it all the time. It's just whether or not Shaybay's gonna be home from work and you guys are done with your work. So.
Yeah.
So I do know
Yeah.
next Thursday and Friday, depending on weather, we may be tearing down our old shed and building a new shed for the doggos. So, but that also depends on my body. So, all right. Well, in the meantime, everybody take care out there. We love you. Thanks for watching, and we will see you guys all next week.